Hey guys, welcome back to the YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately shred the value of our figures and free them for the plastic and cardboard prisons. Ross again with another one, hitting me 4 out of the 7 bingo cards. It is Lilith, for that great price of $5.99 at Ross. I am so happy I waited for this wave, because now that I got 4 out of the 7, for those Ross prices, really happy I waited. Let's take her to the table. Alrighty, so we have Lilith over here. Now, like I've said about the other Strange Tale figures, I was not planning to pick up this wave. Most of these characters are kind of characters, and the only one I really wanted that I couldn't live without was Brother Voodoo. But now that I've got almost all these figures at Ross, I'm getting really excited to see if I can't get the rest of them. I'm getting so excited I might pick up the other two, the Moon Knight and the Storm, at regular price. Just because, with Ross, you never know. Sometimes you get lucky with stores. Sometimes it might come out and you never see it. Depends on wherever they drop it off. Like, in the region or whatever. They drop it off at the East Coast. Yay me. If it's the West Coast, I ain't gonna see it. So, I'm rambling. This is a pretty good box. It's my favorite boxes. I love the square concept. Just better than the round ones, and definitely better than the plastic-free ones. But that's besides the point. Here at the YKB, I don't care about boxes, so let's free Lilith. Let's get her out of this cardboard prison. There's that amazing price again, and I really do like when they change up the backgrounds. Just make it a little bit different. Here is Lilith in her packaging. There is Lilith standing up. Let's get a little bit closer. And for the most part, she looks pretty good. A lot of it is just painted on. So, she looks as good as a painted on figure. I don't know what's the sculpt on this, because it does seem taller than most of the women, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just not a standard female buck with the new and improved arms. So, maybe it's the same one that, what is it called? Screech? I'll have her up on the screen, but the female Carnage friend, girlfriend, person, can't remember. Might be using that body. But I'm rambling. It looks good. It looks decent. They did a pretty good job on the paint job. And it's, skin tight, so, Let's go see what her accessories look like. Alright. Lilith's accessories are, is her cape thing, sash thing, I don't know, whatever that is. Blackheart's arm and hand look good. And female magic hands. I call it female magic hands, but it just seems like every female ends up getting these hands. So, it is what it is. That's what she comes with. Kind of feels like one of the lightest figures of the wave. Maybe not that that Wolverine variant that they had. That might be the lightest, because they don't need baths for Wolverine, Spider-Man, and was it Iron Man? Those ones are always the figures that don't get Build-A-Figure pieces. But yeah, this right here kind of feels like the lightest person in the wave when it comes to accessories. But that's it. Let's get it on her. Alright, so I got Lilith standing here. Move this stuff out the way. Let's stick on her cape first, just so that we can have the whole aesthetic. There you go. And do I want fist? Or do I want female magic hands? Wait, is this a floating piece? Yes. Love when they do the floating pieces. Just because, it makes customizers happier. I'm not a pro customizer at any sense of the word. I am definitely in the minor leagues when it comes to customizing. There's the magic hands. This hand looks weird, so that one's going to be a fist hand. She can keep the other one on. So that's her accessories. Alright, so we got Lilith standing straight up. And why not bring in her wave mates? First of all, the man, the myth, the greatest. There's Brother Voodoo, looking magnificent as ever. Followed by probably one of the best figures Hasbro made in quite a while, this Dracula. It probably wasn't well received because of the wave, but just the way they made it looks amazing. And if I was a better customizer and had a zillion dollars, definitely would have an army of undead right now using that body mold. And here is Damien Hellstrom. Let's frame that just so you can see all of them. And just looking at the wave, you can kind of just see how she looks so plain. Like, just look at all three of them. Even Hellstrom, they did some things. Look at the feet. Oh man, it's windy out here. Look at the feet. You know, they used a simple body mold, so they reuse that, but I don't know. It looks quality. Where she kind of seems meh. I feel like Hasbro needs to do a better job with their female sculpts. Especially seeing how, like, you know, it's females. There's 50% of the Marvel Universe is females. But, you know, just look at the quality from Dracula and her. Brother Voodoo and her. And Damien and her. This looks super cartoony and does not match the rest of the wave, so it's a little bit disappointing. But, you know, I didn't pick her up for her looks. I picked her up for the bath piece. So, you're listening to a hypocrite. But enough with this. Let's see how she moves. So let's look at that articulation. Alright, she can do a T-pose. She has bicep swivel. Double jointed. The breakup's not that bad. There is no pain in there, but, you know, are you expecting there to be? It's Hasbro. Dumbbell in the waist. Moves like it's supposed to. Goes that far forward. Goes that far back. So, you know. So they can give her underboob, but they can't give Titania underboob. The head is on that. Can't do a full split. Thigh swivel. Oh, look, they put the thing in there. Or is mine just a misprint? I think mine just might be a misprint. Oh, looking even closer now. Yeah, they missed there too. The other side's not that bad. But that's kind of... Hopefully that's just mine. Can she kick her butt? No. She cannot. If I really push it, maybe. But no. No boot swivel. But she has ankle rocker. Like I said, this is a floating piece, so it doesn't get in the way of any of the hands motions. And the cape is a sash thing, so, you know, the head might not be able to look. Well, it can. It's a softer material, the hair thing, so it works. The articulation's standard. I just feel like sometimes female articulation in Hasbro needs to be better. And that is weird. I thought that was a choice, but looking at the other side, looks like it was an accident. If that was there on purpose, I would be like, that was really cool. But it's not, so. Makes me think, are these lines off too? I don't know, I'm complaining for no reason. Let's go see how tall she is. Alright, so she is about a little bit under 6.5. What would you call that? about 6 1/4. Side to side, she's about 1.5. Yeah, she's about 1.5. Her cape comes out to be about 3 inches. So, you know, kind of a standard female buck. Nothing new. Will take up the normal amount of room on the shelf. Man, words are hard today, aren't they? But let's see, speaking about the shelf, let's see how she hangs with other figures from other lines. And before I gotta get into that, because I will be getting into that in a second, I gotta say, this face sculpt, I really am liking it. It very much looks like what do you call those women's in like the movie Seductress? It really does scream that, even with having the weird head thing that she has. They did a good job on the face. But first up, let's bring in Masters of the Universe. Followed by McFarlane Spawn. I think the heights work. She looks good with them. G.I. Joe Classified Series. Star Wars Black Series. Marvel Legends. Nekataro. SH Figure Arts. Loyal Subjects Aang. I don't know. She looks like an enemy that both these guys would fight. She definitely looks like Naruto would be fighting her at the end of the series, and you know, both of them have the power of Talk no Jutsu, don't they? Both Aang and Naruto both do. So for the most part, her height looks pretty good with all of them. Man, that face really does look good. I was complaining a lot about this figure, but that face really does look good. But for the most part, this figure overall is okay. I picked her up for the Build-A-Figure piece. If you have a bingo card, definitely scratch this one off your list. Only 2 more for Blackheart, and 3 more for our entire board. But enough of this. For more reviews, hopefully a little bit more positive than this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I'm really happy that Ross is dropping these figures and getting this stuff, because it's saving me tons of money and having me buy figures I probably wouldn't. So, catch you next time.